Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and Merry freaking Christmas, y'all. Also, it's day 147 of a year of yoga, and instead of doing yoga today, we are going to be enjoying this unseasonably warm weather. It's actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little chillier today than what it has been, but I'm still enjoying it. And if you don't have a hula hoop, you can still shake your hips with me today. And using like a broomstick or a mop handle or a strap, we're just gonna put our arms at enough of a stretch that we're getting a nice opening through the front of our shoulders, and then just kind of shifting and twisting from side to side, keeping our feet grounded, and we're not flinging ourselves into the stretch. We're just coming around, holding, come around and hold, come around and hold. Just waking our spine up. I hope Santa was good to everybody this year, unless you were naughty, in which case I hope he was extra good. And we are going to start just by, if you don't have a hula hoop, you can just stand and do some hip circles. I am going to get the timer going so that we can just enjoy ourselves. And we're going to be going for 2 minutes in each direction. And go. And we can just kind of make little figure eights with our hands while we do our hip circles. Or maybe just little teacups where we're just scooping. It's almost like if we're wiping out the inside of a dirty mug. It is a beautiful day today, y'all. We can jam with it. Just really feeling the hoop hit our body, or if you're making real nice big hip circles without a hula hoop, just feeling how your abs and hips and lower back are all interacting with each other. And we're going to be stationary for this first set. If you need to, or if you want to, you can spin in the same direction as the hoop, like how we're doing right here. Just kind of stepping and rocking into it. If I remember to, which hopefully I will, there will be links down in the video description to a big hula hoop, not quite as big as this one, but a size that I do recommend for if you're just starting out, or if you want a bigger, slower hula hoop. And at this point in the practice, I'm always like, did I hit go? Yeah, I did. We got 30 more seconds. Roughly. And just, it really helps to have music going, but I don't really like any of the copyright-free music for just jamming out to, and I've yet to figure out how to mix my own tunes for stuff like this. It's a perfectly beautiful day, and I am just enjoying being here. My hands are a little cold, but that's all right. It inspires me to keep moving. And yet, there's a mosquito. Are you kidding me? Well, it was like 75 degrees yesterday, I think. I don't know. Ooh, and there's 2 minutes, so I am going to restart the timer and transition to go in the other direction. And I'm just gonna, there we go. Sometimes a nice wide stance can really help, though sometimes it's fun to mix it up a little bit and do a narrow stance. Just listening to the birds, feeling the hoop kind of massage out my core. Sounds like the dryer stopped. Our dryer's been acting up. Makes me nervous because I'm like, please don't set my house on fire. Stinking appliance. And with a little bit of angling, that's what I'm hitting. If we poke our booty out just a little bit, it makes our hoop go down. If we push forward, it makes our hoop come up. And it's a really fun, whenever we're doing drills like this, to just experiment with letting it come down to your hips, and then maybe encouraging the hoop back up onto your waist. We're going to reach our arms overhead, maintaining our hip circle. Just plugging our fingertips into the sky. We don't want to be bunching our shoulders up by our ears. We'll inhale up and exhale our hands down, kind of in front of our solar plexus. Bringing it around, down. There we go. Now the next movement that we're going to incorporate today is new for our yoga series. And we will be doing a vortex is what it's called. So if you want to search other tutorials on it, that's what I would recommend searching, though there's so many different names for this stuff. So I'm going to restart the timer. Yep. And so we will be waist hooping, and we'll bring our hand in and let the hoop hit our hand. And from there, when it's on our hand, we'll lift up. And we're bringing it around. So it's coming around like this into like a hey. So catching it and bringing it around. So catch it and bring it up into a hand spin. And then when it's coming around the front, that big opening is right there. We'll just bring it back down. And careful, because it can whack you in the head, but that happens. And you can step and rotate while you do this. It can kind of slow things down a little. Though I like to challenge myself, especially with a bigger, slower hoop like this, and just stand in place, lifting up and bringing it down. And I kind of do a little bit of a push off whenever I get it down here. I push to bring that hoop around. Now at the end of this 2-minute mark, we're going to start doing it with the other hand but in the same direction, and then we're going to reverse it. So if you're not quite there yet, just maintain your waist hooping and maybe just catch with your hand and then lift up. Just doing this, kind of getting a feel for inserting your hands, or whoop, or maybe even just doing dips into the hoop, like so. Bringing it up, pushing it. And you can do it as quickly or as slowly, like as many repetitions in between as you like. You can even keep it spinning up at the top. Okay, so there's our 2-minute mark. We're going to restart it and catch with our other hand on our thumb and then bring it up. So I bring it down and send it. And this one I'm kind of, scooping with my hand. Woo! Bringing my thumb up. Like, I really need like a slow motion camera, but I'm catching and lifting. So this is the one that I always hit myself on whenever I was first learning. So it comes up, onto my hand. It's very difficult with my little hands in this big hoop, but we'll make it work. But we ride it up onto our thumb, and then as it spins around our thumb, like when it becomes available, then I bring my hand up around it. So we can also just get it spinning above us and practice bringing it down. So if you want to, you can lift it with one arm, transition it to the other arm, and then bring it down. That might be a little bit easier of a kind of middle step. So bringing it up, inserting our right hand, removing our left, and then bringing it down. And you can make that quite continuous as well. I don't really recommend practicing these ones inside, because this is the exact movement, actually, I think, that I was practicing whenever I walked our very first nice TV. It was our first flat screen, and we had bought it with our own money because we were just fledgling little humans. There we go. And Randy was just like, he shook his head at me. He was like, I can't believe you. And I was like, I'm why we can't have nice things, huh? And he's like, yeah, pretty much, but you're all right. So I was like, okay, that's fair. Bringing it up and down. Catching with the left, bringing it up and down. There we are. Ooh, and there's our timer. So now let's go ahead and get that restarted. We're going to change directions. There we go. And now I'm going to do the same thing where I catch in my right hand, bring it up, and then bring it down and push. And we get a little bit of a hip back into it. And catching, coming around. There we go. Push. And we can also, if you're still hanging in there doing hip circles, you can bring a little bit of like a stepping into it, rocking forward and back. There we go. Now, and also, I'm much more challenged on my left side than I am on my right. So just be patient with yourself. Bumping the microphone, sorry. There we go. Whoop. And you don't have to rush. Don't feel like, oh, I did it, I got to do another one right behind it. Get yourself level again and steady, then bring it up. There we go. That was much better. And just the more you practice, you guys, it is okay if you're dropping your hoop every single time, because that's how it starts. I really wish I had had some video of the very beginning of my hooping journey, because y'all, I spent like 90% of the time just picking my hula hoop up. But if the music you're listening to is good enough, it's just a creative challenge experience to be like, how fun can I make picking my hoop up for the 100th time? There we go. And you can also practice alternating between narrow and wide feet. Step, step, hoop, hoop, step, step, hoop, hoop. There we go. That's our 2-minute mark for this hand. Let's get it going again. Now with this one, I do like stepping in the same direction as what the hoop is going because it slows it down. Catch, bring it up, bring it down, and go. Whoop. And that's all right. Every time I drop my hoop, it's a great opportunity to pull my pants up. Oh, if I were better at editing my videos, I'd totally fit in a picture of the penguin in his outfit from Batman, because that's what I feel like I look like in these leggings when my shirt's up, but that's all right. Catching, coming up. And we can actually just transition hands. Whoop. See, it's okay dropping our hoop. It's a great opportunity to just pick it up and start again. There we go. Don't forget to breathe. Catch and up and down. Catch and up and down. Wait, I'm doing the wrong one. I was supposed to be doing it with this hand. There we go. I got confused for a sec. And we'll keep going. And I have a tendency to keep my arm like kind of locked in by my chest. And when I was performing, that's something that I tried to practice myself out of, because it was a habit I'd gotten into. So you can almost just plan on where your arm's going to need to be, not need to be. So it's like my arm would totally be in the way if I tried to do this with it like right there. So if we just bring it in across a little bit more intentionally, as opposed to just holding it in, and then we can bring it out and up and through, and just like, haha, we meant to do that. Right? And from here, I'm getting tired. That's all right though. That's the whole point of this, is to build our endurance. And there's our 2-minute mark. And now, I don't know if I can do it with the mic where it is, but I was going to try to do some chest hooping. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let me double check that the timer is actually going. It is. Very cool. And for chest hooping, it can really hurt your boots. Like, so I try to hoop actually where my microphone currently is. So I'm going to put the mic up here. I hope you can still hear me okay. But it's going to be hitting right along here in like the armpit area. So I bring my hoop up into kind of the center of my upper back and push that around. And it's a challenge because my microphone is right there. like the receiver. Ooh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that on camera. It's still on, I hope. So I'm going to transfer down to a smaller hoop size and see if maybe chest hooping with this one. I really like spinning with the smaller hoop because it really does make it go slower. But we can try doing this standing in place. There we go. And we can practice dipping our arms in and out. You can go vertical with